What's up, world? This is WeNeeda5th. This your man Mo. Got my man P on the line,
Yo, what up?
running a two-man high-low. Let's
Mhm.
get it. P, I never thought that I would be forced to say these words on my own show. And part of me is disheartened to say these words. But part of me holds on to the faith that these fans will drown themselves in the Kool-Aid and this team will let you down when it matters. But P, I have to say, it's orange and blue skies outside. The New York Knicks won the third Emirates Cup championship. They won it against the Spurs team that honestly I thought could take them. But the Knicks persevered. Jalen Brunson came up clutch. Carl Anthony Towns came up clutch. OG came up clutch for them, and quietly kept. They've been on a nice little win streak. I believe the
Well,
Emirates Cup championship was 6 games in a row.
well, until last night.
Oh, silver linings in everything, Pete. Silver linings in everything. Um, One, what do you think about the Knicks championship run?
Um, you're setting the Knicks up. You're setting the Knicks up because I think the Emirates Cup is like a made up tournament to get ratings and get and satisfy Amazon, who shelled out godly amount of money. Like, okay, you get to host the Emirates Cup. So I mean, it's always good to win games. Let me say that it's always good to win games, but I don't
52
count
years, P.
I don't
52 years?
I don't count this tournament. Oh no. This does not count as a championship.
We still counting, or is the
We're
52
we're we're,
year the
we're still
drought is
counting.
over?
We're still
We
we're
still.
still counting. To be fair, this is the equivalent of a player winning an MVP award and
Okay.
and measuring it to regular season MVPs. Like I believe Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, who are good players, top
Hmm.
75 players in my opinion, but they're not MVPs. They were MVPs in the All Star game, which is an
Okay.
exhibition game. So I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. I look at this Emirates Cup as an exhibition.
Wow. It's you don't so you're not trying to hit Dolan up to put the banner up?
Well, I'm not even a Knicks fan, so it doesn't matter to me. But nah, it doesn't. It was a good win
Oh,
against this. It was a good win against a good team in the San Antonio Spurs. That's how I look at it. Like they should be proud that they beat a really good team in the San Antonio Spurs on a neutral site.
and I was talking to some Knicks fans before we got on the show, and I was telling them, you gotta remember, nobody that's won the Emirates Cup championships has gotten out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're Mike Brown, rent don't buy. Darvin Ham got fired. If you're a coach, it's a 50-50 chance you'll be here next year.
Oh man,
That shows you how much it matters.
yeah. Um, and in all seriousness, it's staying on the Knicks. Do we think this is their year to finally make that another finals appearance?
I was talking to a friend of ours, Bowles, last night.
Mhm.
I got Thunder the Knicks in the finals,
Wow.
especially with Cleveland kind of falling back to the pack.
Hmm.
I had Thunder already. I was just already, but I was kind of wavering between the Knicks and the Cavs, but the Cavs falling back. I know people are really high on Detroit, but I just don't see them getting to the finals when they haven't won a first round yet.
He, I understand why you say that.
Hmm.
I like these young teams in the East,
Yeah, I like them
Like
too.
between Detroit and Orlando, I
And
like
you think
what they're
you think
doing.
I like them too, but you think they could get to the finals? I like them. I
I
like them. I
think
like San Antonio. I
I
don't think they
think
get to the
it,
finals.
I think if Detroit can gain a little bit more maturity, they're my favorites to get to the finals. To be honest,
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
think they're just like a step up on. They just need a little bit more maturity. I
right,
think they got the talent, the skill, you know what I mean, the coaching. I think that's all set. They just need to learn how to win. And I
right.
think they're in that process now. Um, Part of that is I don't know, man. I don't trust the Knicks to stay healthy with all their guys.
Well, that
You know what
that's
I
what
mean?
that's
Between
what
Cat
any
and OG.
yeah. I mean that's what any team. Like if
Yeah,
OKC has a whole bunch of injuries, I'm out.
yeah,
Yeah, I would pick the Spurs or the Nuggets. But
yeah.
like, so I think we agree. I guess maybe you think Detroit could get that during the playoffs. I don't. I think just traditionally you have to take your lumps before you make that jump.
Yeah. The reason why I think I'm thinking because I think I've seen them take some of those lumps during this regular season
Yeah, but that doesn't.
with games that they should have won. And hey, you have that experience under your belt. You have that tape that you can review. That hey, as a coach, you can talk about and say, hey, this is what I'm talking about when I say, hey, I need you guys to be more mature on the court and be more accountable. Um,
Yeah,
and then
I mean, like I said, it's just history. Look at the moment of the just going back, like the Washington Wizards when they had Webber, Jawan Howard, Calvin
mhm.
Chaney, Rod Strickland. You know what I mean? They were a
Yeah,
good team, couldn't get it done. Shaq and Penny, you know what I mean? Never
yeah,
got it done.
and I think for me, it's the fact that hey, Detroit did experience have some experience from last year. Even though they weren't able to make a deep run, hey, they got to the party.
Yeah, but some of these teams like Orlando, Shaq and Penny, Westbrook and Durant, they made it to the finals. You
mm,
know what I mean? They never got it done. Now they probably got broke up prematurely, but yeah, to me, I can't say that you're going to win a championship when I haven't seen you winning a
and
playoff
P
series.
and P, I'm not saying that Detroit is primed to win a championship. I'm just saying that I think that with their experiences that they've gone through this during this season, that they're not that far away from the Knicks as far
Oh
as
no,
being a favorite to get to the finals.
I
I think
completely agree.
I think the only thing that the Knicks will be able to hold over them and possibly, hey, push them over the top is their experience.
Yeah,
Talent for talent, I think I'm taking Detroit,
yeah,
you know.
and yeah, I agree. To me, it's the same thing with the Spurs. Take the team Thunder or the Nuggets. I think the Spurs right now are as talented as the Thunder and the
Mm,
Nuggets. I just don't think they have
mhm,
the experience.
yeah.
So I'm
And,
with you on that. Yeah.
and it's the New York Knicks, P. You know they find a
Yeah.
way to
At the end of the
lose.
day, you just don't want the Knicks to win.
And they find a way to lose, P. That's not me saying it. That's the fact.
No, and
Uh,
also I
That's
just,
52 years.
if they don't make the finals, then you fire Coach Tibbs for nothing. I won't forget that,
Ooh, oh, you going there?
right?
I mean, statistically, this is a better team.
Yeah, no one cares about that. If you don't get to the finals, no one cares. Nobody's going to care. If the Knicks don't get to the finals, then at best they broke even and got as far as Tips took them last year. That's all I'm saying. And that's from someone who thought Tibbs undeservedly got fired. That's a debate for another day. But if they don't make the finals this year, at best, what they could do is break even as far as their postseason success.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
Right? If they go 72, if they have going 72-10 and lost in the second round, nobody cares. Oh, they won
Yeah.
70 games. Oh, no one cares. Especially as a Knicks fan, these guys. The majority of Knicks fans we grew up with, well, actually all the Knicks fans we grew up with, never saw them win a chip.
Talk about it, P.
So what a great regular season, all right,
And
but
and, and and I just want to be clear. It's 52 years and counting, right? That's where we're at, right? With it? 52 years and counting. Just to be clear, Knicks fans, orange and blue skies. That's all I'm saying. Orange and blue skies. P, the NBA has a lot of games coming up. Christmas. I think it's a 5 game day,
yes,
all
sir.
on prime time. I think it's all on the
Network,
ESPN
yeah.
networks.
Hmm.
Um, we got the aforementioned orange and blue sky Knicks versus the Cleveland Cavs at noon. Spurs versus Thunder at 2:30. Mavs versus Warriors at 5. Rockets versus Lakers at 8. And then we ended off with Timberwolves versus Nuggets, 10:30.
Yeah, I think the Cavs and Knicks is a good game. I probably out of 10, I probably rated like a 7. I rated like a
Hey,
7.
I'm not there with the Cavs Knicks. That's probably the one game that I might. I mean, the Cavs have been. Ugh, they've
Yeah,
been at this point. I, I I know at the beginning of season, a lot of people were talking about, hey, do you blow this team up?
mhm.
Do you have to, find another way? Because whatever they're doing is not working.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
and the talent on paper is not. It doesn't appear. I don't know even what to say, P.
no, I like the talent. I'll ride it
Yeah,
out.
it's like the talent is there. Why are y'all playing like this?
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta keep at it, make some minor adjustments. 'Cause I saw this in Utah when Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. They got tired of getting to the second round. Well, that's good news, Utah. You ain't getting to the second round no more.
Mm.
You're a perennial lottery team. So be careful, Cleveland.
My, what do you think they? Because I mean, they could be a lot better than what they are right now, P.
Yeah, they're playing subpar for their talent. Um, to be honest, and you know me, I don't think, but I think you gotta look at the coach.
Mm.
If it's not the talent, okay, so if you have
Yeah,
talent, you're not winning. Where do you point the finger at?
yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't know where else you would look. But I would play it out and see because I'm but I don't see no one head and shoulders above them at this point. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Even Detroit has a better record, but in a series, I think Cleveland still might. It's possible that Cleveland could take them.
I know for me, P, the must-see game of the whole slate is that second game,
Yeah.
Spurs versus Thunder.
Oh, you literally couldn't schedule a better game for me. Those
Oh
are
my
my two
goodness.
favorite players, my two favorite teams in the NBA today. You
Wow.
couldn't schedule a better game for me. That's it to me. Whatever the prime time game is, that's the prime time for me.
And this is like it's becoming a thing, like a rivalry right now, as far as oh man, they're like evenly matched. I think at this point the series is tied, right? Because they
Yeah,
played 2 games and OKC won one, and I believe the Spurs won the other one to get them to the Cup finals. So Wow.
You know, it's high level basketball, and I don't think Chet and Wemby particularly care for each other. I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
that's what I was going to get to. I,
I
it's
don't. I don't.
old
I don't need hugs.
school.
I don't
You
need
know
hugs
what I
and
mean?
kisses. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't need hugs and kisses. I'm not here for
We
that.
we don't all have to get along.
I'm
It
not. I'm
doesn't
not
have
here
to
for
be
that.
kumbaya.
And to both teams' credit, they compete. And I know people
Yes.
say, "Oh, everybody." No, they really compete, like
Yes.
for real.
Yes.
You know what I
And,
mean?
and and you never feel like they left anything out. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
You always felt like, hey, you put a full plate in front of them and they finished the food.
Yeah, because
You know?
and because the people's like, "Oh, how does OKC?" Well, they compete,
Yeah.
right? They share the ball on offense and they compete on the defensive end of the ball.
Yeah.
That's how OKC does it. Now,
They're
SGA is
dogs on
special.
defense, man.
SGA is special. Chet is
Yeah.
talented. J Dub is talent. Oh, they have talent, but
Yeah.
that talent that they have, what sets them apart from the other teams is they compete on defense. Like that's it. And even the Spurs too. The Spurs compete.
Hmm.
Having a 7'5" alien backing you up doesn't hurt, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Uh, they're both com highly competitive teams.
yeah,
You never feel like you're cheated as far as either team's effort on the court. You know, you always feel like, hey, you're getting everything these guys can give. Um, they should be the poster child for the NBA and what they want the NBA teams to be,
yeah,
as far as competitive. This is what you're looking for, and this is why you created the Emirates Cup, you know, for the other teams to emulate this type of competitive fervor
yeah.
that these teams display.
Yeah, I laugh when people say the face of the NBA. Like, I, to me, SGA and Wemby represent what you want,
Yeah, yeah.
right? As individuals, and I agree wholeheartedly what you're saying with the team. But even as individuals,
Hmm.
I think they're what my definition would be as of franchise players. Not just, you know what I mean? Like I think sometimes if
Hmm.
you're the best player on the team, they say, "Oh, you're a franchise player." You know,
Yeah.
to me, there's other stuff to just being the best player on the team. There's leadership, there's showing up every night, there's suiting up every night, holding
Hmm.
yourself as accountable as your teammates, and I think those guys definitely do that.
Yeah, they exemplify that. They definitely are the poster childs for that.
Right.
P. Um, and I mean, and and I know I've spoken about this before, and I hate to bring it up again, but you're talking about foreign players,
Yeah.
a Canadian and a Frenchman.
Yeah. And
Um,
I know people make a deal of that. To me, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm born in America. I don't care. Like I just want to see
okay.
the I mean, I think that's the whole thing. David Stern, rest in peace, that was his whole thing to make the game global. It's global.
Mm.
You
Now,
can't make the best player in the league be from the USA. It don't work like that. Like someone has to
mm,
take that. You know what I mean? It's like being the best player in the. It's just like just being the best player in the league. Like you could have all the commercials and hoopla and about. At some point, you got to get on the court and win.
yeah. Now, I mentioned that, and I asked the question I always ask, and do you think we'll get who's the American player that can crash that party that SGA and Wemby are setting up right now for the league, as far as becoming the poster child of what the league wants to exemplify? Um,
Um, I would say Jason Tatum. I don't know if he fits in that age range. Maybe he's almost too old at this point. But
mm,
I mean, uh, to be fair, yeah, he got a chip too. It's happening. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you can make the argument like he's right there with SGA. Like, I got okay, yeah, I want a chip too. What are we talking about?
And what about Ant Edwards? Do you think he can achieve that
Yeah, but
in Minnesota, or does he have to leave?
I think achieving in Minnesota, but he have to. I mean, he has to win. That's that's the whole thing. I mean, you could blame it on Minnesota. Then you could do that for pretty much any star that you feel didn't win. I think that's a cop out. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what goes behind the scenes of some of these franchises.
Hmm.
In Minnesota's case, they might have been a little cheap because I think they should have kept Cat. I think that was like what I mean, a financial move.
Hmm.
But they did make the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
so he had a good enough team. He just didn't get it done.
All right. The third game in that slate, Mavericks versus Warriors. I don't
Uh,
know. You know what I mean?
oh no, no, no,
Because
no, that's the worst game on the slate. I think the Knicks cap. I think the Knicks cap or a 7 out of 10. I think OKC Spurs is 10 out of 10. This is probably like a five. I'll
yeah.
tune in because AD, he's Cooper Flag, he's get Cooper Flag, of course
Hmm.
Steph Curry, but I just for the past like 3 to 5 years, like the Warriors has just been and I know how great Steph is. That's like the only reason I tune in.
Hmm.
Like put it this
Yeah.
way, if Steph's not playing in a Golden State game, I'm not watching it. There's nothing to see for me.
Now I think this is going to be the second time Clay plays against the Warriors at Golden State.
I didn't even think
Now,
about that.
now, look, there's been some talk. I've read some stories out there. A lot of people thinking that maybe Golden State should trade for Clay and get him back.
He didn't he didn't get better. Like
Okay,
I don't understand.
okay.
Like let's not and Clay I think is a really 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 good player, really good
Hmm.
player. But there's a reason they let him go.
Mm,
We saw the decline. Let's not.
mm.
So this idea that he comes back and he's magically the Clay Thompson that was winning championships. That Clay Thompson doesn't exist anymore. It's just the hard truth.
Okay.
Because then why if that was the case, why would Dallas want to let him go?
Mm.
If you had prime Clay Thompson, Dallas is not letting that go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sounds good. I guess it's a heartwarming story, but
yeah. You know,
I'm a big fan of the Grinch that Stole Christmas. So
get the triplets back together. Get Draymond, Clay, and Steph back together for one last hurrah.
okay, let me know how that
Maybe.
works. I will not be tuned in for that.
All right. The fourth game that my Lakers versus the Rockets. Whew.
Decent. I give it
Um,
like an 8. I think I'm there for that. 'Cause I haven't seen Houston that much this year, to be honest. Or the Lakers. I haven't watched them that much, so I would tune in just to catch up what's going on
I
with those
think
two teams.
Houston is one of my dark horses in the West. I think I have four teams out there in the West
Four.
that can no four teams that can actually compete for a championship. I think
Mhm.
it's OKC, Denver, um, what you call it, Houston, and the Spurs.
So you think LA could compete for a championship?
You know what, P? And I didn't even want to get into this though. Nah, I don't.
Really? I don't
I
think
don't.
Houston's that much better than them if they're better than them.
Eh,
No, no, don't get
And
me
I
wrong. I don't
know
think Houston or LA go, I don't think Houston or LA go win, but
and I think I'm hesitant because I don't want to sound too much like Hill, but I'm gonna pick up some of Hill's spirit on this.
Mhm.
LeBron need to retire.
Mhm.
He
That's
need to
fair.
retire. Um, it's not really showing itself as a big glaring red light, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing from him with these Lakers. Um, that Phoenix game that stays in my mind where, hey, you're taking the playoff, talking to the Phoenix bench. Meanwhile, the Phoenix team that's on the court with you scores. Your coach has to take a timeout, and you're still talking to the Phoenix bench. I'm seeing a lot of. your turn, my turn with him and Luca on the floor together. And I need at this point in his career with this team, I need him to be Andre Iguodala or Draymond Green. That level of energy. Be a playmaker, set people up, but know that it's Luca's show. And like I said, I'm seeing a lot of your turn, my turn with them two on the court. And I think he has to get into that third position. I don't even want him to be the second option. I need him to be the third option. I need Austin Reeves to continue to develop and continue to step up in that second position. And I need LeBron to really hand the keys to Luca. Do what Dwayne Wade did with you in Miami. Like it can't be your turn, my turn BS. It can't be you're taking time off and talking to the bench and reminiscing with them. It can't be that. And as long as I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing that too many times, I don't think they can compete for a championship. They should be able to, P.
Oh no, they're horrible on defense. Like,
Yeah,
even if he does what you say you want him to do, I don't think they can stop a nosebleed. The three best players can't play defense.
yeah, yeah, and and,
Like, I'm
and
one
that's
player.
and that's where I need him to like. If you want to refocus your energy and put your energy into something, put your energy into being a defensive stopper.
I don't think he can. I don't think it's physically possible after his 20 in his what is it 22nd 23rd year.
Yeah,
You know, I, I, and that's the thing. I think offensively they could be good as anybody in the league,
exactly.
but defensively, I was like OKC and Spurs. I just see them like whoever Luca, Austin, or LeBron is on, clear it out,
Yeah, yeah,
clear ISO ball.
yeah.
You know,
They can't stop a bad habit right about now.
you know, but yeah. So yeah. But that being said, I'll tune in for the Lakers Houston game.
And then the last game of the slate, that Timberwolves Nuggets game. That's
Sneaky
real
good.
interesting to me, man.
Sneaky. I think it's a sneaky good game.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's a sneaky good
and
game. Actually,
I
Minnesota
re
just beat OKC last night.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
just
and I was just about to lead into that, P. Like I really want to see what Timberwolves are made of right now. I really want to see what steps it has moved to take it to the next level because I think he's the key to their success, obviously, but and I think he's so underrated at this point.
really
For yeah,
underrated.
because the reason why I say that, P, is because nobody really talks about him as a two-way player,
He is a good defender.
It- and
He is a good
he's
defender.
so underrated as a two-way player. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, hey, yeah, we know he can fill the basket up at will, but nobody talks about his defensive commitment and the commitments he made on the defensive side and how much of a dog he is on the defensive side. Um, I think, um, like I said, he's going to be the key to how competitive Minnesota could be. I'm just wondering if he can put them in that top, in in the conversation with the other four teams that we mentioned earlier. Um, I think he could take a Houston spot if they're not careful.
Possibly, possibly. You have to play out of his mind, which he's capable of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, you're not a believer in the Timberwolves, I
Oh no,
guess.
no, no,
As
no.
a dark horse. As a dark horse.
I think they're a playoff team. They'll lose in the first round.
First?
no, because they're gonna face. They're not. They can't beat Denver in a series. They can't beat OKC. Well, I
Ooh.
say I don't think they will. I don't think they could beat. I don't think at this point. I don't think they could beat Spurs in a series. I don't think they could beat the
Okay.
Spurs. Now they may.
That
Some
that's
may say
fair.
Timberwolves could take that, but I got the Spurs.
That's fair. That's
And I think
fair.
I got the Rockets and or the Lakers beating them. So I think I got them as like the sixth best team.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But but anything can happen. But I just as their roster is now, I don't see them getting out the first round. And that's not saying they're not a good team. I just think the West is that talented.
So we definitely in agreement that Spurs versus Thunder, Rockets versus Lakers, and Timberwolves versus Nuggets are really the games to see.
Yeah.
Like, hey, definitely, if you don't watch any of the other five games, hey, you definitely gotta watch those three.
Well, yeah, I guess. To me,
Okay.
it's really Oklahoma City. Like if you don't want to see
Uh,
Denver and the Timberwolves, I understand. If you don't want to see the Lakers and the Rockets, I understand. I understand. But the Spurs and OKC to me is the must watch. That's the must watch games. There's as they say, this level.
okay. Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. What games are you guys checking for? What games are you passing on? Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next um show is coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. P, we
Mhm,
had a boxing great recently announced his retirement.
mhm.
Terrence Bud Crawford announced that he's retiring from the game of box. One P, I just want to give you a shot to talk about the greatness of Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can, just a little bit. Um, but we're gonna get into some foolishness later. Go ahead,
I mean, we touched on this last fight. I think he's arguably, I would say arguably, because there's been a lot of great fighters. I don't want to
Hmm.
disrespect any of the all time greats, but I think he's one of the top 10 of all time. And I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think that's like a shock, you know what I mean, or
yeah.
you know what I mean, like shock journalism or something like that. When you're undefeated, you know what I mean? What can you say? I think you don't automatically have to be in the conversation as the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Of course, you factor in competition, whatever, guys like Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, who have losses actually, you still might rank them ahead of people who are undefeated because of the talented fighters that they went against, so the era that they boxed in. But
Hmm.
I definitely think Terrence Crawford is one of definitely one of the greatest fighters I've seen. And I feel people in our age range we've been blessed to see a lot of great fighters. Going back to like the 80s with Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns, Robert Duran,
Mm.
uh,
Talk
Prime
about
Mike
it, P.
Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, of course,
Floyd,
Floyd Mayweather, of course,
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones, B Hop.
Yeah,
You understand? So we've seen some good ones. You know what I mean? Like unfortunately we didn't get to see a prime Muhammad Ali, a prime George Foreman. Going further, being a little historian of sports, Jack Johnson,
mm.
Rocky Marciano. That's day one. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to see those greats. And I feel like I might have named 10 greats minus Terrence Crawford that you could say is top 10. So you
Yeah.
know what I mean? That being said, I still think he's probably one of the top 10 to ever do
And I know for me, P, I didn't catch a lot of Terrence Crawford's fights,
it.
but um, that Canelo fight left me really impressed. In
Yeah.
that Canelo fight, he showed me the same defensive prowess that you see from Floyd.
Mhm.
You showed me the athletic speed and grace of a Roy Jones in his prime with that power. Um, Showed that hey, he had that chin like B-Hop and could take a punch and whatnot. And scrapping there with you like Marvin Hagler.
Mhm.
He showed me a lot of different. It almost felt like I was seeing, hey, that next evolution of boxing in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey, of the superstar talents, like with all the guys that we name, most of them they're known for something. You know what I mean? Whether it's Floyd's defense, Roy Jones' athletic talent, and power, whatchamacallit, uh, Sugar Ray's speed. They were known for something. You know what I mean? And it seemed like, at least for me, when I saw that Canelo Bud fight, it seemed like Terrence put it all together. You know what
No,
I mean?
no, he's definitely a complete boxer, like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pugilist, if you will. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Because it felt like just in that one fight, like he took you through the different phases of that boxing
Mhm.
um skill set. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he showed you the defense. Then he showed you, all right, here's how power is delivered. Here's how you stand toe to toe and slug it out. And um, yeah, I was left supremely impressed.
Mhm.
I happy to see him go on top and retire on his own terms with all his faculties in place and stuff like that. So happy to see that. Little disappointed that I won't get to see any more of his fights, won't get to see some of that sweet science, but gives room for other boxers to, step in and
Fill
fill
the
his
void.
shoes. Yeah, you know. Now, P, I know you didn't really want to talk about this guy, and I don't blame you. I don't really want to talk about him, but I have to talk about him because he had put out a story earlier earlier this week that he was disappointed that he heard Bud had retired because he had planned to challenge Bud Crawford. Now, the gentleman that I'm talking about is the foolish Jake Paul. Jake Paul had a fight last night, and it went about as you would expect. Maybe it lasted a little longer than expected, but he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua a couple of times. I think the last time broke his jaw. So hopefully we won't hear him yapping for too much longer, at least for a while, about challenging Bud Crawford. Like, what were you? How did you even come up with that thought? Is it, should we have a suicide watch? Bud Crawford? You gonna challenge Bud Crawford? I, I don't understand, P.
Oh, I understand.
I,
It's market and promotions. I understand. I get it. I'm just not there for the foolishness, but I understand. I
yo,
understand the foolishness. I'm just not there for the foolishness.
there should be there's rules about this, P.
They're not.
Like unwritten
I'm,
rules. This. I feel like I'm in an Ocean's 11 moment where here there's unwritten rules that cats that been to Vegas should know that you just don't do. And I feel like he just broke one of those unwritten rules. That's what I'm saying, P. What are we doing, y'all? What? And nobody called him out on it, P. They just let him talk. And nobody said anything after he said that, P. I'm saying, what are we doing, America? What are we doing?
I
What are we
mean,
doing? Come on. I
people,
know half, most of y'all
people,
been to Vegas. Come on, y'all.
people from a distance can't tell who's who, Mo.
Just
You don't
saying.
want to, you don't want to argue with a fool, man. People from far
Woo.
away, they can't tell which is which.
Oh my gosh. The level. And like I said, nobody said nothing about it. Like they just let the interview just keep on going. Like he didn't say something really disrespectful. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you on suicide watch? Should we be concerned? Like, what are we doing, P? Uh, the level of disrespect sometimes in this country, man. We got to do America. America, we got to do better, yo. We got to do better. Can't let that happen, yo. And then the boy invite the guy from England to come over here and to get knocked out and broken jaw. What are we doing? Got to do better, yo. Got to do better. Sorry, E. What is
It
going on?
it really gets to you. To me,
Yes, that's yo. Like yo, that's like me waking up and saying, "You know what? Let me find Mike Tyson because I need to show him what's what." Pete, if I ever wake up and say that, you'd be like, "Yo, Mo, what's going
well,
on, yo?"
he already did that. He literally, yeah,
Oh,
he literally did that already, Mo.
oh my God. Oh, yo. Oh, okay. All right. I'm good now. I'm good. P, um, this is part of the show that I've been waiting for. I couldn't wait to get to this because I want you to give us the scoop, give it the spoilers. I know you checked the Avengers Doomsday trailer.
Mhm.
Tell us what's what. It was leaked out and whatnot, and you caught it.
Right.
I didn't catch it. So, like I said, I've been anticipating this at this time of the show because I need you to give me the scoop on what's what, who's who, and what's happening with this Avengers Doomsday trailer.
Okay. First of all, I'm a fan of the Avengers series or whatever. Didn't expect to be, but I thought it was well done. After Endgame, I was like, it's over. I know they were planning on the continuing, but I was like, this is not going to be good. I didn't see the Marvels. I didn't even watch that. I didn't watch the Fantastic Four.
I caught it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't
Okay.
too bad, yo.
Okay.
What you call it? It's definitely the best Fantastic Four movie that's been made. Like
Okay.
all the other Fantastic Four movies pale in comparison to this one.
Right.
And
Right.
I
And
think
yeah.
they set it up good for Avengers Doomsday and stuff like that.
Right. So that being said, I came to find out there was like a lot of internet buzz about it. There supposed to be four trailers actually. There's a Steve Rogers trailer. That's the one I saw. There's a Thor
Okay.
trailer, a Doctor Doom trailer, and they're not really trailers. It's almost like backstories, or I don't know. I guess you could call them
Little
trailers. And then
shorts.
yeah, and the fourth one is actual Avengers Doomsday trailer about the overall movie, not just those three particular characters.
Okay.
Um, so the one that I and it just to just to let people know when you search for this on the internet, you're going to see like a million different trailers. Like AI is going crazy. But I believe
Oh,
this one that I saw was actually real, but the rest was just like I don't. You'll go crazy trying to figure out what's real, what's not. It's basically spoiler alert. Turn away if you don't want to. Whatever. Um, but it's based about Steve Rogers.
okay.
If you saw what any game when he goes back in time, he pretty much lives his life with I believe her name is Peggy,
Yeah, Peggy Carter.
his love interest. And then he comes back as an old man. So I feel like that. So this is, of course, what alternate universe, or he changed the course of time.
Hmm.
Um, So he's actually in the crib with his child. You would
Okay.
assume. You would assume. I don't know for sure, obviously, but you would assume a child, and but he still has like the Captain America. Then there's another shot with him with the Captain America suit, not on, but he's just like looking at it, almost like um, almost thinking, did I make the right choice? Choosing
Okay.
family over Captain. That's what I got from it because he just has
Oh,
this perplexed or just
contemplative.
like a solemn face looking at his uniform, like almost like he missed it.
Okay.
Um, and then again, this is only like a minute, and then you see like Doctor Doom kind of like walk up on him,
Mm,
and that's it.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, oh,
Now,
oh.
and that's good. And there's
Ye-
another trailer. I didn't even see it, but I think it's been out for a while. But I just never saw it. Where you know how in Hollywood they have like the actors' names on the
Yeah.
back of the chairs. Now you know
Hmm.
the current Captain America. They had all the well, low key all the characters you expect to return are returning pretty much. Shuri from Black Panther. All these people are in it. What was very interesting to me was Professor X, Magneto, and Beast,
Okay.
Cyclops, and Gambit, and Mystique were all, the
Mm.
actors that played those roles. Names were on those seats. So this definitely looks like it's going to be, the Avengers X-Men crossover that people have been in, the room that the rumor mill's been talking about. So yeah.
I'm gonna do a little spoiler for you, P,
Mhm.
with the Fantastic Four movie. At the end of that movie, for the end credits, what they have is Doctor Doom walking up
with with the
on
baby.
on the baby.
Mhm.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? So, and I know the comics that they're pulling for Doomsday and whatnot, and it basically becomes a battle world where you have everybody there, and everybody's taking different positions
Right.
and stuff like that. And Doom is yeah, he's an important player.
Yeah, and
Let's
because it's okay, Captain America. It's like he's just running up on kids because he's running on Captain America's kid, presumed kid.
mm,
He's running up on the Fantastic Four kid. And I saw a trailer. I don't know if this is, AI generated, this is official, but on the Thor side of things, I think was it Love and Thunder? I think he ends up
yeah.
adopting a girl.
Hmm.
So in one of the scenes, he's like, basically praying to I think his father, like, uh, I'm not asking this just for me. I'm asking for my daughter.
Yeah,
So,
they're gonna introduce the Young Avengers in
mhm,
Doomsday,
right,
Avengers Doomsday, along with hey, fantastic. They're gonna bring, I should say, they're gonna bring the Young Avengers, Fantastic Four, the X-Men into the MCU universe,
right,
and if they're doing what I think they're gonna do, it's gonna be like a mosh pit of characters,
yeah,
and Doom and the Fantastic Four are pretty much gonna be taking a central role.
mhm,
Um, the Avengers are going to be key parts of it, but that the final battle, if they're doing what I think they're doing, the final battle is eventually going to come to Doom in the Fantastic Four.
right. And
You know, and
it seems very Hollywood where they're banking on, of course, Captain America,
mhm.
Thor, and now this is what makes it interesting to me. I think this would be like the highlight if they could make the story work.
Mm.
It's where Tony Stark is Doctor Doom.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I think that's dope if they could pull it off and make it some type of sense. With the whole alternate universe thing. What if this didn't happen? I'm sure, it's pretty much revolving around Steve Rogers not becoming Captain America and living
Mm,
a different life and how, almost like a butterfly effect type thing. So what happens to Tony Stark's? What happens in his life that he just does become Iron Man and becomes Doctor Doom instead? And again, that's just like a fanboy theory that I've seen. I don't even know if that's it. He might just be, what is it, Eric Von Doom? What is that his
yeah,
name?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right,
I mean, they're either gonna make it so that, hey, Tony Stark in another universe is actually Eric Von Doom, Doctor Doom,
right.
or they're gonna try to, mess with it a little bit. To your point, where hey, because Steve Rogers made certain decisions, hey,
Mm-hmm.
affected the timeline. I think it's better to go with the first option as far
Mm-hmm.
as hey, because Doom and Tony Stark have pretty similar backgrounds as far as hey, being rich kids, being entitled, being the smartest guy where they're at, or the most talented guy where they're at. And yeah, and being responsible for, a big corporation or a big country, you know. So I think I'd rather them go that route,
Yeah.
and just say, hey, in this universe, Doctor Doom just looks like Tony, but that's Eric Von Doom.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'm saying that this is all out from a minute clip,
Mm,
basically, right? So, anything can happen. But I think, it's interesting. And the movie is not scheduled to come out until December 2026. So the
uh,
build up should be crazy. And I think whatever Marvel movie comes before that, people tune in just to see the ending credits at this point. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, so. Oh no, for the Avatar fans, which I'm really not. I think the first week they're showing the trailer I'm talking about with Steve Rogers. The second week, I believe it's Thor. The third week, Doctor Doom. In the fourth week of Avatar, they're showing the overall Avengers trailer. So choose wisely.
Avatar, they try to make sure they keep that momentum going.
Mhm.
And they have to earn a lot of money to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
I think they need to earn at least 1.2 or 1.5 billion just to break, just to, say, hey, they breaking even and whatnot. Ideally, they want to be at two,
Yeah.
um,
James Cameron,
2.5.
let Avatar go. I don't really care about this. I need another Terminator. I
You,
need
you,
you to do it. I need you to do it.
you got two more Avatar films coming, P.
I know. No, he
And
said I won't be available for another Terminator until like 2036. That's what he said. They're
that's your boy.
horrible. They're horrible, Mo. They're every one I see, it gets worse and worse. Now, granted, I'm the sucker that keeps watching them. I give you that, and I'm gonna watch the next one whenever it comes out. It's like Star Wars. Do. Oh, George Lucas
Yeah.
too. I don't know the deal. Disney, let George Lucas back in the room. Let
Mm.
him make the next Star Wars. Come on, man. You're killing me. Killing me. Star Wars and Terminator, man. I love the franchises, but I need the original screenwriters to do what they do. Sorry, I'm
Hey,
off my soapbox now.
let them know how you feel about it.
I get a little emotional about this, man. This is like childhood stuff, like Terminator and Star Wars. Oh my god! Don't get me started on GI Joe and Transformers. But I pretty much gave up on those. So I pretty much gave up. It hurts.
You know they coming out with the He-Man joint in 26, I think. Yeah, the He-Man live action.
I'm scared to go back because for some reason I think I enjoyed the Dolph Lundgren one.
Oh no, you didn't.
See that's what I'm saying.
No,
I don't
you,
I want to leave it there. I don't want to
no,
go back and look
you,
at it. I got this feeling that It wasn't that good.
Oh gosh.
I,
No,
I
you
was I was
didn't.
so happy to see He-Man. It didn't matter. So I'm
That's
I'm
what
gonna
you
leave that.
didn't.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. For the record, I like the live action He-Man. I don't know. I haven't seen it like in over
Oh,
20.
no,
I
you
honestly might have
did.
saw it like once, maybe twice, and that was like in 1980 or 19. You know what I mean? Like it's been like 25 plus years since I've seen it.
And
So it's
P,
not
I
like
was there with you, yo. I was there with you with the E-Man. I saw it back in the day,
you
and
didn't
no,
like
you
it then.
didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. Oh man. And what you call it? Yeah, I'm about to go off on tangent. But hey, Pete, what's on your radar, man?
Oh, I had to make a list of this one. Um, I kind of just didn't even listen to like most rap albums like in years.
Hmm.
This year was a I would say borderline great year for hip hop albums on the low.
Okay.
Um, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give people my top 10 hip hop albums of 2025. Number
Oh,
10,
get it.
Slick Rick Victory. Number 9, Nas DJ Premier Light Years.
Okay.
Number 8, J Electronica, A Written Testimony Leaflets. 7, West Side Gun, Hills Have Eyes 2. Number 6, Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes. Number 5, West Side Gun, The Kid's Been Busy. Hills Have Eyes 3. Number 4, I got Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. Number 3, I got Conway the Machine, You Can't Kill God with Bullets. Number 2, Mobb Deep Infinite, Salute the Havoc, and Alchemist. I don't know,
Okay.
like Posthumous albums usually aren't good. This sounded like Prodigy was in the studio. Rest in peace to the late great
So,
Prodigy. It sounded like he was there. Dope album. Features with Nas, clips, dope album. And speaking of, this is the album I heard before all of these, and it kind of just stood up as like clips. Let God sort them
yeah.
out. Listen to it for a second time. Classic.
Yeah, man.
I'll hold it. So
Yeah, man.
whatever people think, leave it in the comments. If you agree or disagree with me, of course, if you disagree, that means that you're wrong. But leave your top 10 in the comments. Those
And
are my
Pete,
top 10 albums for 2025.
I, I'm feeling that list, P, and I'm in total agreement with you as far as that number one album, clips. I think that's one of their
Yeah,
best album.
people are saying that like that's their best album. I
Like
mean,
it's the
Clips
most
fans, not just like Clips fans. Like, nah, this is it.
like
I think it's a classic.
yeah, like it's the most complete album that I've heard them make.
Mhm.
Where hey, you're not fast forwarding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just letting that bad boy play out,
Mhm.
and like I said, um, really strong album, really strong.
Yeah, yeah. I was impressed. I was a Pusha T fan, Solo. I was a Clips fan. So, but I wasn't. This made me even a bigger fan. Like I was like probably like
Yeah,
a casual Clips fan. Like I thought they were
eh,
dope, but whatever. Nah.
definitely. I was definitely in that camp with you, P.
Mhm.
Like, and this was like one of their first albums where, like I said, just straight listen through, and I'm listening through it multiple times, like just
Mhm.
continuous repeat
Yeah,
and whatnot. Like that first week or two that the album came out, that was all I was playing for a while.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely. What's on my radar? Something that we didn't really get to talk about, we didn't touch on, maybe we touch on next show. College football playoffs.
Mhm.
Alabama beat Oklahoma last night to make it to the second round. They're going to be facing P's championship squad, University of Indiana, in the Rose Bowl um, next week. So that's what I'm checking out. You got a couple of slates games today. Oregon's playing, I believe.
Mhm.
Who else is playing? Ole Miss is playing as well. They're
Mhm.
playing in JMU and Tulane respectively. And Texas A&M is playing. So really, re- really interested to see how this college playoffs play out. I want to see Indiana win it, to be honest. I think that would be a story.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that would be a Hollywood story in the making. I think they're already writing the script. They just got to eat their food.
Mm.
Um, yeah, but that's what's on the radar for me, man. And also checking out what the WNBA is going to do. Um, l- the WNBA Players Association just authorized the Players Association to move to a strike if necessary. They're not actually calling for a strike, but they've done the necessary procedures to facilitate a strike if they have to. So still watching out for that. P, any last words before we get out of here, man?
Now that's all. You know, it's the holiday season. People be careful. You know what I mean? I know people are partying, having a little libations or drinking. Drive carefully, drink responsibly. And enjoy your loved ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Enjoy your time.
definitely. To all our fifths out there, stay safe. Happy holidays. See you on the flip side.
Peace. Love and
Peace.
peace.